This school is amazing. We have about close to 1,800 students in our building. But the one key that I want to talk about often is the number of newcomers we have in our building. We have 400, right? That's a lot of kids that are still acquiring the language. And so we've taken that as a celebration. We use that and we have these culture nights and all these things that we really want to celebrate what our kids bring to the table. We say that, build relationships, you hear that all the time. The reality is like, that's just a statement. The reality is like, how? How are they doing that? What are they identifying as a student's culture? What is the student identifying as a culture? And it's not, today we're going to celebrate this culture week or this, that's not what this is. It's more of, how can I identify what you as a person, as a student, your culture, and my content that I'm teaching, right? And from there, how can I make the connections? And sometimes it's not always there, right? But you're talking through that with the student, right?
So a lot of my students, some of the skills that they have is they're really eager to learn, right? And they're excited and they want to learn a new language, and they're really happy to also be in a new country. So I like to build into that, right? I'm a language learner myself. My first language is Spanish, and I learned English when I went to school. Building this lesson, right, I knew that most of my students did know the 1, 2, 3, and some basic kind of math. I made sure to incorporate a lot of maybe simple math terms that they could say and they couldn't. And I know that my students love to repeat and repeat everything that I say. So we do a lot of read alouds or choral reading. All right, class, first, let's try and say this equation in English. Can I please have everyone repeat after me? 2n plus 6 equals 12. One more time. 2n plus 6 equals 12.
Our teachers have a tough job on a daily basis, because if I'm teaching a content, I need to understand the Common Core standards that go with that content, the Colorado academic standards that go with that content, and then also these WIDA standards that go with that content. What we've done is really identified this process where our teachers look at each standard, they break apart the standard, they identify what kids need to know and be able to do. Then from there, they create a unit design, right? We want to make sure that we're able to teach the Common Core standards and also really hone in on what does it mean to be a reader, a writer, a listener, and a speaker in English, and what does it mean to teach that as well as teaching the content. And so we've honed in our newcomer house where we've identified 12 teachers. This is your job. You are working with all of our newcomers. You have professional development on what this looks like. You have a PLC together on what this looks like. You have coaching specifically around what this looks like. You have professional learning around that. So we've done that, but we've also by doing that, we've also then had our students feel more of a connection to each other.
A mí me gusta que, no siempre dan las mismas lecciones y podemos hablar con los demás compañeros para poder ayudarnos. A mí me pareció como buena idea juntar las dos clases, por lo de que no solo estamos aprendiendo la pronunciación del inglés, sino también problemas matemáticos.
Can I help in this, please? Help in this.
¿Quieres que te lo explique?
Sí, pues no.
Mira, como aquí está ya el...
Because this is already solved, right?
Okay.
Ya está resuelto.
Yeah.
And it's just crossed off because it minuses.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
no, it's not.
Como aquí está positivo, pasa a ser negativo aquí, entonces se tacha.
¿Cómo lo dice?
So it's like this. Oh, 15?
No, ya sé.
¿Cómo se dice que se
Minus.
tacha?
Minus cancels.
Oh,
Cancel, X is out.
¿Cómo se escribe?
Cancel, C.
La pregunta es, ¿cómo me ayudan la clase del Diwan? Pues me ayuda a tratar con gente nueva, comunicarnos, ayudarnos entre nosotros y desarrollar más el inglés. Y no, pues la clase de matemática me pareció muy bien, porque puede ser un repaso que nos podemos ver más adelante en la clase de matemáticas. Y no, me pareció bien porque podemos conversar entre nosotros y ayudarnos a los que no saben, pues explicarles cómo estuvo la clase de matemáticas. Y pues me gustaría ver más clases sobre eso para para ayudar a los otros que no saben mucho de matemática y tengan un conocimiento más cuando les toque esa clase.